We're live! Hollywood, we're live! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to K Productions. My name is Kevin Andre, and we teach you everything about music production. And today, something very special I'm telling you guys. We're taking a little deep dive in one of the productions I did for a German rapper called KOD. This was an awesome project. We did a whole album, 10 songs, and it's more like trap music, pop, hip-hop, that kind of style. And I wanted to show one to you guys because there were a lot of things I did in this one. And I think we can learn a thing or two. And yeah, if you find anything helpful from this video, definitely consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel because we're having more of these coming out soon. Awesome. This song is called Nie Wieder. As you guys know, I'm half German, so I grew up in Germany. So I'm working with a lot of German artists, and this is like a rap song in like a funky pop mood. So yeah, let's listen to a little bit of the song to get an idea, and we can talk about certain specific elements. So this is Cubase. We have about, which is not that much actually, about, I would say 45 tracks.
Zeit, wo der Licker kommt, bring den Licker kommt, hier geht die Party kommt.
All right. There you go. That was one of the elements. Awesome. Like I said, this is an awesome track. It's a little bit of dance, you know what I mean? Like the idea was like if we're going to the club and this song comes up, everybody's like, oh, what the hell? All right, let's take it apart one by one. We're going to start here with my greens, which are the drums. One tip, this is more for beginners because everybody has a different workflow, but I would say color code everything you can. Try to find like something that works for you, because if you have like a song with maybe 50 or 100 or 150 tracks even, it's going to get very convoluted very quickly. So you need to know at a glance, what are you working with? Drums are green. Don't ask me how that started. It's just a thing for me. So we have our drums, which are these. Let's just listen to them real quick. Nothing special. We got like a hi-hat with our 8s right here. All right, super straightforward. We have like small little toms and like shakers. Yeah, we got like these 808 toms. 4 on the floor kick drum and our snare. And a little bit of percussion. Electronic percussion. So it's more like a clap in this instance. So one thing I did, and that is actually something you can do. Like, first of all, just build your basic rhythm. Don't worry about panning. Don't worry about anything else. So just build the rhythm until you feel comfortable and you're like vibing. That is a tip number one. Second of all, you can start panning. You can start like putting it in the stereo sound field. So most of the time, like everything like snare, kick drum, everything's centered. I got my hi-hats, which are like a little bit off, but not too much. I got like small things on the side. Toms is just like a little bit to the right. So just like gently put it on the side. And always important, try to get like some kind of balance. So don't put everything on one side. If you have like a tom on the one side and you have like something like a low element or something else, put it on the other side. So it just balances out. All right. Now there's one important or one cool thing I personally like to do in a lot of songs. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. This is just something that gives the rhythm in general a little bit of depth. And that is my snare. I do it on the last run through, maybe the 4th time. I take a snare and put a ton of reverb on it. So that is just like an extra layer that gives the whole beat a little bit of depth. Depth. Yo, some words are so hard to pronounce. Depth. So that's what I like to do sometimes. This is just a small little trick to get everything like a little bit more dynamic and different, know what I mean? And introducing new parts, that means maybe like a pre-chorus or a chorus, try to add some cymbals because that gives a little bit more power, anticipation into the next part. That's just like a basic ride, 808 ride, something like that. All right. And I don't know if you heard that. Let's see where if yeah, let's solo that real quick. This is going into a new part. I'm telling you, like the difference between like a beginner production, I would say like an advanced one, is to get transitions right. So if you listen to a Diplo, for instance, Diplo has amazing transitions. That is like specifically like from one part to the other. And here's like a small tip. What I like to do is like a reverse cymbal. It gets louder, louder, louder. And when the next part hits, either put like a hard cymbal on there or just like fade it back out, add a new something else. So you have like a nice fading into the next part. So this is our reverse cymbal. Yeah. At the very end, I just added some more drums for the last part. We got this tom fill, which is like kind of a Phil Collins drums, and then we added like a ride on the right. It's panned to the right just to add like a little bit more depth to this last part, which is like the highlight of the whole song. So this is where everybody should be dancing.
Scheiß auf die Bitches.
We have our bass, which is like very straightforward. Nothing special, honestly. This is a very nice sound I like a lot. This is, I call it synth brass. So there's so many different patches from so many different instruments. I got mine from the Juno, or better, let's say this is Omnisphere, but it's like an emulation of the Juno from back in the day. The Roland, they can't really call it Juno. Classic Roland synth brass. And this sound is very energetic and very bouncy. So I use this a lot because it's super nice. I really like that sound. It's full, it's rich, it has like lows but also highs and this modern touch. And I use it for like this basic riff in the chorus of the song. Super basic, nothing special. So the whole song usually is 4 on the floor. It's like a dance rhythm, but there's like this pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus breaks down a little. The reason for this, and this is a really good tip, when you listen to like pop music or whatever in general, before the drop, before the chorus hits, they break it down. So you can build up to this like high intensity chorus. You know what I mean? That's the highlight. And if you do that, our mind tells us, oh yeah, this is a special part after this. So I broke it down before we go into the chorus. Super chill. Now it builds up. And you can see here I wrote down an automation which opens up the cutoff of our next sound, which is this one here. I called it Party Synth. It starts like this. Then it opens up. And as you can see here, we have 5 layers of this sound, because I had it only 1 layer and I was like, yo, this does not sound full enough. Like, this is a chorus. We need something like to fill it out. So I was like, okay, let's layer this. If you've seen my last video, Mixing Tips, I actually talked about exactly the same thing. Layering sounds, layering rhythms, because it's going to give you more dimension. This is fine, but it didn't do that much. So what I did here is actually I took it down an octave. So I have like a high octave, I have a low octave, so it sounds fuller already, but this wasn't enough for me either. So I had like a different sound coming in, and it sounds like this. So in the end, I took out a whole bunch of low ends, because in our mix, our final mix and master, this was like a full sound. And we don't really need that, because the bass and the kick drum is covering most of the low end. Slowly building, cut off. Open it up. Alright, chorus. Always be intentional about what you want to do. So I knew exactly I wanted to have this build and like go into like a full chorus where people lose their mind. So I need a sound to complement that. So that is how I built this whole structure. Trying to find patches, trying to use my instruments to see, okay, this works, it sounds nice, but it wasn't full enough. Okay, I need something else. And let's get a lower octave, added the octave. So that's how you do. Be intentional about what you want to do. You also can try stuff. Sometimes it just doesn't click right away and you just try different random things and sometimes it works. But still, like it helps you a lot if you're intentional about what actually do you want to do in this situation, because you can like go straight to the problem. Another thing, like I said, to build up into the chorus, I used a whole bunch of different instruments. So this, the party synth is like the main one, but I have a whole bunch of different ones, like this pad, also with the cutoff going on. As you can hear, all of these add together to like build up this anticipation moment going harder. And in low parts, I did like a little bit of ARP sample. I got this idea from 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars. He did like, which I think is an amazing idea and it sounds great. And I was like, at this part, we can do like something like high, super nice. Alright guys, that was basically the core of the whole song. Once we got that down, we started recording vocals. The rapper came in and we just like hit it off. What's up? This is Kevin from the future speaking. I realized the video is super long, so I'm gonna make 2 parts. So this is the first one. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you learned anything, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. This would help out so much. And yeah, definitely check out the whole song. I'm gonna link it down in the description. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2. Alright, peace.
Es ist Zeit, wo der Licker kommt.